Joining me now are Eddie Izzard and Dan Snow, who pulled this thing together. Welcome, gentlemen. Look, that was what we heard on the platform there was a kind of Britain we don't often hear from, isn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. We were trying to come from a heartfelt place and not a politician's type place. Dan came up with the idea of doing this, just threw it together in 3 days, and it was just the idea that people in Scotland really have no sense of how we're feeling how other people are feeling outside of Scotland. Whether what we feel will make any difference to them or whether they care about it, that's up to them, but we just wanted to say it.
We can see what you feel. What do you want to say to them? What is the argument to Scottish people as they vote on Thursday?
Well, the argument to Scottish people is they are deciding on a whole range of different questions, and the decision is rightly theirs. But we felt there was one key question that wasn't being answered, and that question was, what do my fellow citizens in the rest of the UK feel? There was deathly silence. Our politicians weren't representing us properly. In fact, a massive majority of people right through the rest of the United Kingdom want Scotland to stay because we believe in fewer borders, we believe in more cooperation, and we believe that the sum of our parts is greater than the individual.
This is the problem though, isn't it, Eddie Izzard? I mean, it was a quite internationalist message there. Bob Geldof, there was a pin could have dropped when he said we're against all borders. You yourself said it. That isn't the set of values that a lot of people look at London, look at Westminster, and they don't see those values. They see other values. Well,
the balance between powers and how much powers is devolved is a question for humanity and eternity. Getting this balance right. I say to the Scottish people, if they vote no thanks on Thursday, they will be getting more powers. I think the message has been heard loud and clear, but we know that whoever wins and doesn't, it's right on the knife edge, so half the people are not going to be happy.
You can't guarantee that. None of the politicians down there in Westminster can guarantee any of the powers are, though, can you?
No, well, I'm not the person who's giving these powers, but I think my point is the message is being heard loud and clear, and if they don't give it powers, that'll be crazy. They've got to give them more powers, and I'd say try that, and if that doesn't work...
But what is the Britain they're signing up to stay in?
Well, I think, but on a fundamental level, the Britain they're signing up to stay in is a place where we focus on what unites us, not what divides us. And I think we're talking, this is a decision for centuries, hundreds of years. Is it better, if you live on an island, to erect a border that was sort of knocked out by two French-speaking warlords in the 14th century? Is it better to draw that line in between peoples with kinship and friendship that goes back for years? Or is it better to say, on the whole, arguments for and against, I think we should work together. We should be looking to come closer together, not further apart.
You know that they see an English political scene, 25% vote for UKIP, people who want to draw borders between this country and the European Union. And what I'm trying to put to you is that the Britain that you've represented here isn't necessarily the Britain that Scottish people see when they see Westminster.
Well, we're trying to show them a different Westminster. We're trying to show them a different Britain, I think.
And then Britain is more than just that. I mean, what happened only 2 years ago, the unity of the Olympics was beautiful. That will never happen again.
Eddie Izzard, Dan Snow, thank you.
Cheers. Yeah. Thank you.
And John in the studio, back to you in Edinburgh.
It's all a stark contrast from those lions, Nelson's column, the trappings of Englishness down there in Trafalgar Square. It all reveals quite how far the fear of Scotland breaking free is breaking hearts south of the border too.